Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is the selling of all the straw and all the grain that we captured on this giant field here, this 26.4 hectare field on Western Wilds. So this was a wheat field. It's all seed bed now because I have ran a cultivator over it. And again, this is the one with the tram lines. So it's got this really cool pattern of fertilized ground that did not get cultivated basically because it was never actually planted. So anyway, you can see the tram lines on there. Um, I did use this baler, this Fendt baler right here, but it is one of the adjustable bale size balers. And so we made our bales 36,000 liters. So there's 9 different bale sizes you can select. I believe that was the biggest one. And I got 46 bales off of this. So if you're doing the math, 46 bales at 36,000 liters is 1.6 million liters of straw. So yeah, that's a lot of straw. I'm glad I used the adjustable bale size for those because we're going to sell them. And as you can see, I've added a sell point to this map as well, and I'll just show you why here. I wanted to compare the price to see if there was any big fluctuation because there aren't that many sell points on Western Wilds. As you can see, the animal dealer is giving us $87 for the straw. The sell everything sell point will give me 88. So only $1 difference here. It does make a bigger difference on the straw on the wheat, 708 versus 694. But so we're just going to use a sell point, which is right here, which is actually going to be really convenient because it's going to take me about 12 trips, I think, to get rid of all that wheat, but only 2 trips for the bales. So let's see how much we can make on 1.6 million liters of straw. So here's the first one. There we go. Okay, 89,000 for that first load. And that was 28 bales. So the second load will be significantly smaller. But nonetheless, we will work it and see what we can get done. Hold on, without the help window, I might not be able to pick these up. Oh, nope, that's going to be too far away. So yeah, let me adjust this, get some lights on too so we can see what we're doing because it is January and it is snowing. And for those of you who are thinking I may have missed my opportunity to plant more wheat, I'm actually going to do oats this second time around. And since I'm doing oats, oh, that's the fence, my bad. Since I'm doing oats, I don't actually have to plant those till March. And I believe I can still get straw off of oats. But regardless, we're going to plant oats in March for the next round because I needed some money and we were obviously getting pretty broke. We were down to about 12,000 before that first load of straw bales went. So we're going to see how much we can get up. Also, I did in the sales, I've been checking the sales as time has been going on. I did buy a 40-foot header for a harvester because again, we're going to try to not waste the $68,000 we wasted leasing 2 harvesters and paying for the help last time. So next harvest we can do it all on our own. Or at least that's the plan. So I'm going to need a harvester and I want a big one. So I found a 40-foot header, which on sale for about 20 grand. So I jumped on that. Hopefully we'll get a harvester that will match that sometime between now and whenever we harvest this year, which I think is 6 or 7 months from now. So I'll plant in March. I think we harvest in August or September for oats. I can check the map here in a second if we need to, but how is that forward? Let's pull forward a little bit. There we go. And drop this off. And those are not going to fall, are they? Yep, I've had this happen before. Oh, there we go. So we're up to 164,000. That's pretty good. So let me drop this trailer off. And then we will grab our Brantner tipper and get started on that part of the video. And I don't know that I'm going to make you watch all 12, but I'll at least make you watch the first one, and I'll come back when we've got a final number. If I don't, it actually won't take that long being this close to the sell all sell point, but I believe our price is dropping as the day is going on. So let's get over here, and while we're loading our first load, I will check to see how much we actually made from those bales. I think it was about 150,000, but we'll get an exact number here in a second. And of course, I parked the other tipper in the way. So let's get that tipper out of the way. I'm just going to use the Brantner tipper for this rather than running two tippers, mainly because the Brantner is bigger, and I did the math with the 403,000 we have. It's almost exactly 12 trailer fulls from that Brantner. So I don't see any reason to use the class trailer. It would just make us have 13 trips no matter what we did. So let me get looped back around here. Sorry for making you dizzy as I turn that fast. Get this loaded up here. And we should be able to just pull through, go to our sell all sale point, and do this over and over again. So yeah, 403, almost 404,000 liters of wheat. And as this is loading, let's check our math. So yeah, we made 146,396 for sold bales. So that's why you want a bale. That pretty much just paid for the baler in year one. If we do that again, we will just be making solid profit from here on out. And that's an offset. I've seen people not, just spread and not lay that straw down, but you're just wasting money. Like that's 150 or 146,000 we wouldn't have had we not picked up all that straw. So definitely worth it. One load is going to get us 30,000. Nope, 23. 23,783. So we're going to do 12 of those, and we will see how much we have when we are done with that. So that's load one. And I think that keeps that in a separate category here. Yep, there it is, harvest income. And is our price dropping on us? 707. We'll keep checking that price as we go. This has been a fun little map, though. I've really kind of enjoyed these tram lines. It was an interesting mod to put them on because you had to lower the mod to pull basically an invisible cultivator where those tire tracks are behind you every other row. And now that they're all marked on there because of the map, I know you've seen this before, but I'll come back up to it. Because of this, I have my 12 tram lines marked because of the fertilization. So I might actually not use the mod this time around because destroy crops will do the same thing. And I had to have destroy crops on to use that mod anyway, but destroy crops I can basically line up where I see the blue fertilization line when I'm planting. And then when I line up with that, I can basically just run a straight north and south, since I'm not on any weird angles with that where I'd have to follow the tire tracks. And then I can basically, once I drive over that once, I'll have tire tracks from the destroy crops, I think is where I was going with that. So it is possible that I might not use the tramline mod, but I mean, it wasn't really that hard to lower one extra thing. And I do like the residuals where next time, if I use the tram lines 3 different times and then double fertilize, eventually those lines will be gone and then I won't have any lines for the third season. So maybe it's worth it to leave them on for that. I don't know. We'll see kind of what I decide to do. But this has been an interesting farm so far. Just kind of started with, the normal farm start, bought my lots, cut down all the trees, um, and all the rocks just so I didn't have to mess with those obstacles, and just cut in a giant plot of land. And it turned out to be that 24.6 hectare. So I would like to see if I can make an even bigger field, but obviously we'll need to afford that. And if I spend all my money buying more fields, then I won't have any money to buy that harvester. So I think it's probably one more season of harvesting off of here with the oats. And then if we want to buy more land after that, we can. But it's a big process. I'm 10 to 12 hours in now on this map. And I do have a lot of B-roll, which I'm going to use for something, but I'm obviously didn't make a series out of this. Just kind of updating you guys because I thought you might want to know how much you can actually make from this. It's like one planting, and honestly, because I plowed it, I didn't have to weed it. I bought the herbicide, but I didn't actually use it. So I've got those tanks sitting there ready to go. And I could have fertilized when I planted in the planter, and then plowing the grass gave me a fertilization state. So I could have fertilized while I planted and then basically had one crop ready to go without having to spray it all, which is nice to know. Because I was using the Tramline mod, I wanted to be able to run my sprayer over it, so I did run a fertilization over the top to utilize those Tramlines. In all reality, I'll have to run over it 3 times, twice to fertilize and once to run the herbicide. But regardless, it's not a bad setup. I mean, it does take a while to plow and then plant, but if you're not doing the tram lines and not messing around with all that, you could do it pretty fast. I mean, it did take me an hour and a half to plow it all, maybe 2 hours, and it definitely took me over 2 hours to plant it all. And theoretically, had I only had one harvester, it would have taken me 4.5 hours to harvest it all. So, I mean, not bad considering, but definitely going to take a little while. I haven't been counting my loads. Is this load 5? Not really sure. But we're going to go ahead and keep plowing forward. We're up to 283,000. This load should get us over 300,000. If I can't find a harvester on sale, the harvester that matches that header I bought is 417,000. So that will kind of be where all of this money goes. And again, it did take 12.5 bags of seed to seed this whole thing. So I'm going to need another 12 bags of seed to finish it off and plant it again. And then I'm going to spend a lot of money on fertilization, because I think I spent something like 36,000 fertilizing it once, maybe twice. Maybe it was only 18 and it's 36 to do it twice. I'd have to go back and look at the numbers, but it definitely wasn't cheap to buy all that fertilizer. Herbicide is kind of going to be the same thing. Hopefully the 2 tanks or the 4,000 liters of herbicide I have saved will get me through that next time, without having to buy it this next round. But again, if we don't get over 417,000, we're going to have to hope that harvester comes up on sale, and we're still going to be out those costs. For seeds, fertilizer, and in theory herbicide, although we already paid for it in the first go round. So plus I think it cost me about $90, $95, something like that every month in property taxes or maintenance fees or whatever you call it. So Gotta watch out for that as well. That definitely adds up, and I'm going to need to repair and fuel my tractors. This one's not too bad, but the big Fendt that did all the plowing and all the planting and quite a bit of carting and quite a bit of baling, he needs fuel. He's pretty far down, and he needs some repairs. So I probably got another 10,000 in repairs and costs from the fuel for the tractors as well. So when you count that into the cost of the actual farm, we're probably going to net 200 to 250,000 per harvest, give or take. So again, once we finish this last couple of loads here, we'll have a number to see, and I can give you an actual calculation, which I'll put here in the YouTube video. So all things considered, I think this is going well, and we're almost done with this. So I think we'll get over 417,000. We'll see. No, 135, that's going to be 4 more loads. Plus, we did not need a silo this big, let's be honest. This will hold 2 million liters. I mean, I guess maybe if we did 3 or 4 of these fields and then we had to hold the grain, but then hopefully we'd have a much bigger tipper for when we're selling. But all in all, I think this worked out well. All right. Well, that's the dinner bell I'm hearing. My wife just let me know that dinner's ready. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, cut the video short here. I will meet back with you guys for your total in a minute. So simple cut for me, or for you, but a little bit of editing for me. But catch you guys here in a minute, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks for watching. Be back in a second. All right, hopefully only 3 loads of grain left. We will see how long this takes. And hopefully the price isn't dropping too quickly for us, as it does tend to do here in the winter months once you start unloading. We'll actually check it. I think it was 707 when we unloaded that second or third load. And the price of wheat now is 706. So it is going down, but it's not going down that fast. And so let's go back down to our finances tab, take a quick look at this. Nope, nope, nope. And here we are. So far we've made 237,000 off the harvest and 146,000 off of the bales we sold. And I think we have 2 loads left. So we're coming down to the end here, and it looks like we will have enough to buy that harvester for 417,000. So that is good news, as long as we can afford to put seeds in the ground again. So we can do it all again next year. Excuse me. All right, so this load is another 33,600 liters. And how much do I have left? Oh, it won't tell me because I'm full. I'll check it when we get over here. So 33.6 is what we can hold in the Brantner trailer. And as we get over to the sell point, start a little bit farther, start dropping this off. We have, where's our prices? 34,000. So we're going to have a little bit over 12 loads, but I don't think I'm going to sell that 13th load because it's literally less than 2,000 liters of grain. So we'll leave that in here to carry over to next season. Not worth carting that over just to see. Plus, if we decide to do some sort of animal, that'll be enough to get them started for feed anyway. All right, so last load in the Brantner. And we're at 426,000. Let me check the price of that harvester one more time to see how much we will have left. So it's this big ideal Fendt, 419.5, so basically 420,000. That's cutting it pretty close. That'll leave us right under 30,000, I think. But again, maybe it'll come up on sale between now and August when we're ready to harvest those oats that we haven't planted yet. So there's still a chance, but we do have repairs. I wouldn't be surprised if we spent 30,000 on repairs from all the work we've done. All right, so this is the last load. Last load, 12th tipper full, dumped into the sell point. We're just over 450,000. Again, that was 23,739 for that last load. I'm just going to bring this over here and park it up under the shelter since it's snowing. All right, and then once I get parked here, we will take a look at the numbers one last time. So again, that leaves us 743 liters of wheat. Not worth doing another load for that. So pretty close. And grand total today we made, well, I guess it doesn't actually tell us the total. We made 146,396 off of bales and 285,118 off of wheat sold from the harvest. So again, 431,515 looks like the total of positive that we made. I don't know if there's any negative numbers in there. There are not yet, so we haven't paid our property taxes yet for this month. So there you go, $431,000 from that very first harvest of 24.6 hectares of wheat. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.